That's still 5 more hours on average. Oh. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ellie if you've never been here before, and on this channel I upload whatever I want. Today I'm coming at you with another reading-ish, book-ish video. Okay, I planned on picking up the camera tomorrow to start this video, but then I realized if I do that, I will have no less than 6 hours on average of reading every day, and that's just not gonna happen. I would like to finish this video within a week so that we can edit it, upload it, and have it up by next weekend. Today is Sunday, January 12th. I would like to have this video up by Saturday the 18th. If you know, I think I mentioned this in my reading journal video. I promise I will stop shouting out that video at some point, okay? It's just full of so much information in regards to 2025 and my reading plans for the year in general. I promise, especially after January, I should stop referencing that video. However, in that video, I talked about my reading goals and my YouTube goals. So I'm trying to do 2 uploads a week. It's been not too bad. I'm just kind of running out of ideas while also fitting in all of the bookish videos or just non-bookish videos that I already want to incorporate. Like, I want to do at least 1 vlog a month, but I also want to do 2 tackling the TBR videos a month because I need to finish that series this year. That's my goal to myself. So with all that being said, I am starting a 24-hour readathon today. I am not doing the traditional, I guess it's not really traditional. It's more old school booktube type challenge back in the day when the booktubers used to do real 24-hour readathons where they would literally start at like midnight and then read for a whole 24-hour period. I want to do that one day with Ryan. We just haven't ever gotten around to it, but it is on our bingo board. So that's something we will be doing this year. I wanted to do a more like today's type of 24-hour reading video where you start the timer for 24 hours and you push start every time you read, and then when you're not reading you pause it so that way you can go to sleep, eat, all the things to survive. So yeah, that's the style I'm gonna do. However, because of that, in order to complete 24 hours by this weekend, I need to be reading like 6 hours every day. I'm hoping I can get like at least an hour in tonight. So yeah, before we actually get started, I wanted to lay some ground rules, but also talk about the books that I will most likely be reading / finishing in this vlog. I am allowing myself to listen to audiobooks and counting it as like reading time. In a video that I did a few months ago where I did a like random number generator chooses how many hours I read, I loved that video by the way, but during that video I mentioned how I listen to my audiobooks on like 2 times speed. That doesn't mean I'm like making the time any shorter. I will still be listening in real time, you know, my timer will be counting in real time, but my speed on my audiobook will probably be higher. But I will be counting audiobook time, so that will hopefully help because I will listen to audiobooks while I am doing my makeup, maybe in the shower, driving. That'll be mainly when I'm listening to audiobooks, and then I'll be reading physical books for the rest of the time. So on that note, let's get into the books that I will be reading in this video. Up first, since we just talked about audiobooks, we can talk about that. The only audiobook that I'm currently listening to right now, I just started. I'm only 5% of the way through, and that book is Never Lie by Freida McFadden. Again, I just started this. It's a 7-hour-ish audiobook, which isn't bad actually, but yeah, I'm 20 minutes into that and I've only been listening to it on 1.25 speed because I just started, but as I get more into it I will listen to it on 2 times speed. So that is the audiobook of the week, or at least the first one. I don't know when or if I'll finish this in the video, but that's the option that I have. And then I'm only in the middle of one physical book right now, and that is All Good People Here by Ashley Flowers. This is the book that I'm reading for January in the book club that I'm a part of. And so this is another book that I need to finish this month anyways. I also started this. I am barely on page 17, so just barely into it. But this book only has like 305-ish pages, so I'm thinking if I really put time and effort into this, I could finish this. But other than these two books, Never Lie and All Good People Here, I don't have another book picked out yet. That book is going to be a mystery to me and to you because it is part of my Tackling the TBR series. So it'll be a physical book. So as soon as I finish All Good People Here, then I will pick my next book, and that'll go into a whole different video, and then I'll just show you what book it is. So you're gonna have a sneak peek of what my next book is in this video, I think, as long as I finish All Good People Here this week, which I need to be on track with that series. But you're gonna see like a sneak peek of whatever first book I choose from that video in this one, because this video will come out before then, but whatever, you get it. All right guys, I'm finally in bed. I'm about to start the timer, and I have All Good People Here. It is 8:52. I think I can read, probably not for an hour. I'm already off to a bad start, but I'm gonna read until I get tired, or until 9:30, 9:45-ish. I have to be up by 5 in the morning, so I'm definitely not going to be staying up for super long, just because that's the routine I've had for the past week, and I'm gonna stick to it. Let's get started. Good morning guys, it's the next morning. It's 6:42 a.m. on Monday, and I have 23 hours, 28 minutes, and 50 seconds left. I read last night for about 30 minutes, and it reflected. I would say I got to page 40 in All Good People Here. So far I am still really liking it, so that is, I guess I wouldn't say really liking it, but I'm still enjoying it. I don't think I'm in it enough to say I'm really liking it or really disliking it. It definitely is surprising me, which this is just like something against me, honestly, but it just kind of surprised me that Ashley Flowers is low-key good at writing. Just because I know her background. I used to listen to Crime Junkies podcast, and it's just interesting, you know, like what other hidden talents some people have. So yeah, I am liking the writing style, which is good, because a lot of the time when the writing style is just not my cup of tea, it just kind of like sets the vibe for the whole book, and I don't really want that to happen. So anyways, I'm obviously getting ready right now. I am just giving a quick update before I start my timer and start my audiobook, but I am getting ready for school this morning. I did pick up a sub job. I'm nervous because I had a really bad sub day on Friday. So I'm just trying to recover from that and also kind of avoid that. I am subbing in elementary school today, so that does kind of play a part into how much reading will get done like at school. If I was in a high school classroom or even maybe a middle school classroom, it's possible that I could get so much more reading done. But in elementary, especially in kindergarten, that's not really the same case. So really the only times I might be able to read are on my lunch and specialist time. I am hoping to get, I don't know, maybe even like 30 minutes of reading done while I'm there. That will just really help. But the good thing is that this school is 30 minutes from here. So for every day that I sub in this district this week, that's an hour of audiobook listening time, because it'll be 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back. It is my lunchtime. I haven't had time to update you guys or anything, but I did listen to my audiobook on the way to work. So as of right now, I have 22 hours, 28 minutes, and 21 seconds left. Right now, the kids are at lunch. I am at lunch. And then they'll go to recess right after, and I pick them up at 11:45. So I have a little over a half an hour to eat my lunch. I know you guys didn't really ask for an update, a sub update, but this is my life, so these are updates. But they come back for an hour, which is different. The reason why I'm mentioning it is because I subbed at this school before in other grade levels, in first grade a few times, and in the first grade classroom they have lunch, recess, and specialist back to back, so it gave me so much time to read. But this time around we do not have it back to back. They'll come back for an hour, but then I'll have an hour of time where I just have to like make sure everything's ready to go, and then I can just read, and then it's almost the end of the day. There's like 30 minutes left, and then I can go home. So I'm going to eat my lunch, and if I have any time then I will read, but right now I need a break. Good morning, guys. It's the next day. It's 10 in the morning. It's 10:05 on Tuesday now. I know I said that I was going to read during my plan yesterday, but then the para that comes in the mornings ended up coming in the afternoon as well during that like break time, and then we talked for a little bit. So at that point there was like 15 minutes left of my prep, and I still needed to figure out what I was doing with the kids for the last like 15-20 minutes of the day. So I didn't end up reading, and then on my way home from work I also didn't end up listening to my audiobook. That's kind of my bad. I was just, it's beside the point. I didn't end up listening to my audiobook. So you would think that when I got home I would listen to my audiobook while making dinner, while just like getting ready for bed. You would think that I would read. I didn't do that. I did not do that. So right now I have to leave in about 10-15 minutes to go to work today. I am subbing half day in middle school. The good thing about that is middle school is kind of hit or miss depending on like grade level, subject, exactly how much teaching you need to do. You can have a lot more free time, downtime to pick up a book and read, but also it's only for a few hours. So I think I'm off at 2:30, so I'll probably be home around 3:15-ish by the time I get situated and everything like that. So hopefully I will listen to my audiobook on my way to work. I will say I did listen to my audiobook this morning. I am 50%, actually 51% of the way through Never Lie. So I have 3 hours and 38 minutes left, but I have been listening to it on 2x speed. So it's possible that I finish Never Lie today or tomorrow, depending on how much reading I get done, or actually audiobook listening I get done, because I could just read other people here instead. But the timer is at 21 hours still. 21 hours and 26 minutes. That's still 5 more hours on average. I have not been doing good. I have not been doing good. So I'm gonna try to just keep chugging along. If I sense a pattern that I probably won't be finishing the 24 hours by Friday, so that way I can edit and upload and get that up by Saturday, then I might just, actually I don't know what I'm gonna do instead. So maybe I just don't make excuses and I just try to read a ton. So it was funny because last night I definitely had a lot of time to read after dinner. I probably had like 2 hours to read after dinner, not even counting like the 30 minutes to an hour that I typically try to read in bed. And my husband was like, what are you doing? Like, why aren't you reading? And instead I was playing on my Switch, and he was like, and it wasn't in a way like you shouldn't be playing games, blah, blah, blah. It was just in a way that he knew what my goal was here, and he was like, come on, like you need to be reading like you said. So anyways, so I'll update you guys when I get home how much reading I got done there, and then we'll see how much reading I get done this afternoon when I get home. Oh, I'm doing my nails right now. Well, I'm starting them. I have about like 40 more minutes until I need to start. Actually, no, I have about like 20-ish more minutes until I need to start making dinner. So I'm just like starting the process on doing my nails, and I've been listening to Never Lie by Freida McFadden, and my timer has been going. I'm currently at 20 hours and 13 minutes left. Yes, my goal is to get to 18.5 hours tonight before I go to bed. I am beyond shook. I've never listened to a Freida McFadden before, or read a Freida McFadden before either. So this is my first one. And this entire time, mind you, I have an hour left, hour and 15 minutes. I'm 83% of the way through Never Lie. This entire time, 83% through. I thought I knew what was going on, and I was just like, if this is resolved the way that I think it's going to be, I straight up predicted this entire thing. I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm not going to say, I feel like I've already said too much. I watched a 24-hour challenge like this one, and the girl in the challenge she was reading Never Lie, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna read Never Lie during my challenge too. And the whole time, like throughout the first, like, I don't know how long she was reading it. Honestly, I was trying not to listen to her because I didn't want spoilers or anything, but she was like, I just feel like it's really predictable. She was literally saying the same thing, and then at the end her reactions were like, what? And apparently all Freida McFaddens are like this. Like, you feel like you're being led down a certain path and it's like super predictable, and then she just has like a bunch of plot twists. I can say she fooled me. She fooled me, okay? I wasn't gonna record me doing my nails or anything, or even checking in with you until like dinner time or after dinner time. I am shook. Literally, my camera was already set up here from this morning. All I had to do was turn it on. So you guys got like my raw reaction. I have to finish this right now. I have to finish this book. Major update. I finished Never Lie. I gave it 4 stars. Really enjoyed it. And I was shook, as you saw. I have 19 hours, 35 minutes, and 38 seconds left. It's 6 p.m. so I have time. I want to get to at least 18 hours and 30 minutes by the time I go to sleep tonight. I just went and picked my next book for my Tackling the TBR series, hoping that it would be one that I want to listen to on audiobook. Guys, the book that I got, let's just say you might not even be spoiled about it because it's not the next book I'm gonna read, that's for sure. So I'm gonna look on Libby right now. Maybe I should look on Goodreads, my reading journal. Like, I have no idea what to read next, what to listen to next. Okay, I just updated my reading journal, which was very fun, but it didn't help. So I don't know what I'm gonna listen to next, but I do need to pick something. So I don't know, but I really also just want to do my nails and then just read my physical book. So maybe that's something we pick out tonight in bed or tomorrow morning, but I don't think I'm gonna find one right now. I really just want to get my nails done and out of the way. I love doing my nails, but it is like, it's 6:30 at night, you know, like I just kind of want I want them done tonight. That's just gonna be something probably not done currently right now, but I'll obviously keep you guys updated. Good morning, everybody. It is currently Thursday. It is 10:50 a.m. and I'm barely getting started with my day. I made myself a delicious iced coffee. Look at this color. This is iced coffee color right here. Delicious. And then I'm also eating a leftover breakfast burrito. My grandma and my mom made these yesterday, and I just warmed one up for breakfast. I can't believe it's already Thursday. I didn't have a pre-planned sub job for today, and I did keep my ringer on last night just so I could pick up a job if I needed to. But honestly, all the jobs that were coming up were making me like anxious to pick up. And I was like, you know what? I think I just need a mental health day. Like, I don't know what it is. I mean, part of it is I started my period. If you didn't want to know, sorry. Very, very heavy today. It was heavy last night going into today. So it's kind of just making me want to rot. But I was like, what better reason to rot than catching up on my timer? I have 18 hours, 17 hours and 56 minutes to be exact. I don't think I'm gonna reach the timer, unfortunately, but we will see. I have today and tomorrow that I would like to finish, but if I need to go into Saturday, I think that's okay too. I'm not gonna be able to rot in bed for like 10 hours today reading, because I'm just not gonna be able to focus. I'm gonna need to get up, take a break, yada yada yada. So I'm gonna need to do some audiobook listening today. I think the majority of it will be physically reading All Good People Here, and then I guess going into the next book that I picked from my TBR jar. I'm gonna need to find an audiobook soon. I should just do that right now, so that way it's like ready to go whenever I do need to get up. I think one thing I'm gonna do today to like kind of take a break from reading is vacuuming and possibly mopping. So that is something that could be done today. Just other household chores like putting away the dishes, making the bed, things like that. I would like to be listening to an audiobook. So I'm going to finish my breakfast and try to figure out what audiobook I should listen to. I already did this, I think yesterday or the day before. I went through my reading journal and I really tried to find the next book that I should listen to, but I don't really want to get into the buzzword prompts for next month yet. So I don't know what to do on that end. Maybe I just can pick a book that I have been interested in reading or listening to, so. Been a couple hours, actually a little less than a couple hours. I would say maybe like an hour and 45, hour 50 minutes. I am still reading All Good People Here, and I'm now on page 177. So we are making it through the book. So far, still really enjoying it, and I just want to know what happens. I am over halfway through. There are 309 pages left. Or not left, there are 309 pages total. Let's see how much is left actually. 133 pages left, so I am over the halfway point, and I could knock this out today if I just continue reading. It'll probably take me like another 2 hours to read. One thing that I really, really like about this book is the chapters are very short. And within the chapters, there are a lot of like page breaks to like go between scenes and things like that. And that, as someone who, I feel like I always have to like put my book down to go do something, or just to like kind of take a little mental break. I love that because I can just see how many pages are left till the next chapter and either finish the chapter, or I could just find the next page break, which is very common. I'm starting at chapter 20. Oh, also one thing that I like on top of the multiple page breaks and short chapters is the fact that there are two different timelines. They're following the same story, but there's two different timelines told from two different perspectives. And that is also just another thing that keeps my brain engaged and in the story. So I think that Ashley Flowers did a really good job of telling this story the way that she did. I think it really is working for her. Like I said, I haven't talked much about this book. I am reading this book for book club, so it is something that I need to finish soon, but really not until the end of this month. And today's January 16th, so I'm literally fine. It is a library book though, and I don't really want to renew it. I want to just turn it in when it's due, which is next week. But I can finish this today for sure, and I'm actually really excited to finish it. This is my 4th book of January, which just makes me so happy because I have just been loving all of the books that I've been reading. I mean, I've had 1 5-star so far. I haven't had a bad book yet. I don't want to get a bad book. I feel like I'm just gonna knock my 2025 reading goals out of the park. Like, I'm excited to finish this, but also just to keep that reading momentum going. I'm nervous for the book that I pulled for my TBR challenge because it is definitely not the same vibe that the books I have been reading have been, but yeah. Anyways, I still have a lot of time on this timer, so no more talking from me for now. I'm gonna keep reading. I wasn't gonna update until I finished the book. I'm currently on page 242, so I have about 60 pages left, so that's like an hour, and I have an hour until Ryan gets home, so I think I'm just gonna binge it, finish it. But I had to get up to let Major out, and I was really sad because Bonnie is cuddling with me. We have 2 cats. Here they are, actually. And Eugene, we've had since 2020. We adopted him right before we got married, and he loves to be near, but he does not like to cuddle. But Bonnie, we just adopted this past fall, and he's a cuddler, and he loves to cuddle with Ryan more than me, I think. But because Ryan's not here, I am the chosen one. You can barely see him because he's black. But I got up and I was like, oh, I'm sad because I had to move him, but he came back to cuddle, and I just had to document that. There's 14 hours and 42 minutes left on the timer. I think I'm just gonna binge the rest of the book. I'm so curious to see what happens. So much is going on right now that it has me like looking out the windows like with paranoia, and it has me pulling this move, literally covering up every line because my eyes keep going and going to the next page when I'm not there yet. So I literally am like covering up the bottom of the page and the next page because it literally has me like avoiding like my eyes are just going to the next page because I want to know what is happening. Like, I need to know what is happening. Please excuse the lighting. It's pretty late at night. It's, oh my gosh, I almost dropped my phone. It's 8:43, so it's not super late, but it is very dark, and it's been dark for a while. I finished All Good People Here, and I'm about to update my reading journal. I'm gonna do that while I talk about All Good People Here and my thoughts, and then I'm gonna get into my next book, which I'm gonna show you guys. I ended up rating All Good People 5 stars. So it was really good. I was debating between a 4.5 and a 5, but I was like, if I'm thinking about it this much, I think I should just give it a 5 and just call it a day. I still have 13 hours and 31 minutes, so 13 and a half hours. There's no way I'm gonna read 13 and a half hours tomorrow to have this video ready to like start editing and be up by Saturday. But I am going to read for maybe like an hour and a half max more tonight before I go to bed. That will get us down to like the halfway point, I guess, to 12 hours. And then we'll see how much I can read or split between Friday and Saturday. But I am going to update my reading journal, as I said. This has become my favorite part of my routine, updating my reading journal. All Good People Here was my 4th book of the month, which is so exciting. I'll be starting my 5th book tonight. And I haven't had anything less than a 3-star. I had 1 3-star, and then I had 2 5 stars and 1 4-star. And we're barely on the 16th of the month. So that's very exciting for me. I'm having a great reading month. I really loved All Good People Here. I saw a review on Goodreads and it was like 2 stars or something like that, like something not good. And the person said that they think that if Ashley Flowers wasn't who she was, which if you don't know who Ashley Flowers is, she's the author of All Good People Here, but she is also the like creator of the Crime Junkies podcast. That person was basically saying because of the person that she is, because of her like background and the notoriety, I guess, of her, it wouldn't have gotten published otherwise. I disagree. I thought it was really good and I'm impressed, and I would read another book from her. Like, I thought it was great. So I did actually find a new vocabulary word, so I can update this spread too. The word I learned was indelible. So I'm gonna look up what that word means. Mark that cannot be removed, not able to be forgotten or removed. Okay, first word has been added to my new vocabulary spread. Okay, I think it is time to tell you what my next book is going to be. This is a spoiler for my first book that I'm picking for my Tackling the TBR video that will be coming out next week. The first book I chose is The Book Thief by Markus Zusak. I'm nervous to read this. I'm so nervous to read this. This will not be finished. There's no way that this book will be finished in this video, but I'm also gonna start an audiobook tomorrow morning while I'm getting ready, and that audiobook might be finished tomorrow. So it's possible that we will finish 3 books in this video. I'll just tell you what the audiobook is and why I'll be able to finish it. I borrowed Killjoy by Holly Jackson, which is the novella prequel, I believe, to the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. This is the last one that I need to read, so it'll be exciting to finish this because I can update my series tracker in my reading journal. I know I'm obsessed with it. It's all I think about when I'm reading. This audiobook is only 2 hours and 37 minutes on normal speed. It should really only take me like less than an hour and a half to finish. So I will definitely probably finish it tomorrow. So whenever I need to listen to an audiobook, I can use that one. And it'll be nice because it's short enough to like finish out in this vlog. But when I read physically, like what I'm gonna start tonight, I'm gonna be reading The Book Thief. I cannot believe I'm finally gonna be reading this. I won't go into my thoughts at all on this. At least I don't think so. One, because this video is definitely supposed to be ending soon, tomorrow or maybe Saturday morning, but also because the focus of this book is in my other video. So you're gonna have to wait a week to find out what I thought on The Book Thief. I really want my Tackling the TBR video to come out next week, so I'm gonna have to like really push to read this chunk of a book. Okay guys, I'm all ready for the day. I currently hit pause on my timer because I also paused my audiobook. I have 12 hours and 39 minutes to finish. So I'm almost halfway through the 24 hours, which sounds scary because why am I at the end of the week? I'm 56% of the way through Killjoy, going by very fast. I have an hour left, but I've been listening to it on 2x speed, so I can knock this out quickly. I'm kind of in a thriller mood. I've been reading thriller in this video especially, which is why I feel like I'm kind of stalling to pick up The Book Thief, because it's not a thriller. It is not a thriller. I'm trying to decide in this moment. It's 8:30 and I don't have to leave until like 11 to go to work. So I have like 2.5 hours until I need to leave. And so I'm trying to decide if I want to. I kind of feel like I'm just gonna finish this audiobook right now because I'm in it now, my mind is in it, and then maybe read physically. I don't know. It's funny because I'm kind of stalling and wasting my time, like I already mentioned. My sister's birthday was the other day and I haven't had the time to go pick up a gift. So I literally texted her and I was like, send me your birthday wish list. and she sent it to me, but while I was waiting for her to send it to me, tell me why I updated my birthday wish list. Why did I do that? So it's literally updated, and don't know why I did that. I think I'm gonna continue listening to the audiobook and maybe find something to do with my hands. I feel like when I listen to audiobooks, I need to be focused on something. Like, I need to be cooking, driving. I can't just like sit and listen, you know? I have to actually be doing something. All right, guys, I'm about to make myself breakfast. I have an hour until I need to leave to work today, but I wanted to update you guys. I've made it pretty much to the halfway mark. So I have 12 hours and 4 minutes left of reading time today. Really, all I have to do today is work for a couple hours. And then other than, well, I do need to go and get groceries and stuff, never mind. So I do have a little bit to do today, but really I have quite a bit of time. So I'm hoping to knock out a lot of hours today, so that way I can only have a little bit to read tomorrow. I don't think I'm really going to finish all 12 hours today. Like, there's no way. Anyways, I did finish Killjoy. I rated it 4 stars, and that was a pretty generous 4 stars. If we had half ratings on Goodreads, it probably would have been closer to a 3.5. I enjoyed it. I really didn't see any like flaws necessarily in it, and I was able to get back into the world of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder pretty quickly, and it was nice to be back in the scene. But it's a novella. Like, I don't know if I'll ever rate a novella 5 stars. It leaves you wanting something, you know? It wasn't bad, so it wasn't like, I just felt like there wasn't anything I cringed at, and that's usually what I rate a 3-star book. A book that I enjoyed for the most part, but there's a lot of cringing. I didn't cringe, but it just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel worthy of really a 4-star. I feel like I was pretty generous, especially not a 5-star. I don't think I'm gonna think about it again, but I enjoyed it, and it was nice to listen to. So right now, like I said, I have an hour until I need to leave. I'm gonna make myself some breakfast, and then I think I might finally start this. I'm gonna search for an audiobook, but I don't think I'm gonna listen to an audiobook right now. But when I like start driving, I think I'll maybe start one. But I think I just need to actually get my head in the mind space of this, because I really need to start this book for my next video, because I want to like actually give myself time to enjoy both books. So, because as you know, I do 2 books per video, so I just wanted to like kind of hold myself accountable, I guess. That's why I'm telling you that I'm gonna start this. I fear this video is not going well. Ryan and I are about to go have lunch with my grandma, so we're just waiting for her to come here, and then we're gonna drive together. So she should be here literally any minute, so this clip isn't gonna be very long, but I just need to update because I feel like I'm gonna maybe read on the car ride up. I don't know. I still have 11.5 hours left. It's now Monday. I haven't read this entire weekend. This book is putting me in a book slump. I need to update my TBR video as well to say the same thing. I'm on page 30, literally barely this far. And it's not to say that this isn't a good book. It's just, I'm not in the mood for it. I'm not in the mood for it. And I do think I'm a bit of a mood reader. I'm discovering that about myself, which is difficult as someone who has been picking all of her books randomly and not by mood. That might need to switch up in upcoming TBR videos, episodes maybe. Even this episode, maybe I'll pick my 2nd book. I don't know. All I know is I need to get further along to make an opinion, but it's a lot to get into, and yeah. So basically, I think that's a big factor into why I have not been reading. And I don't want to pick up another audiobook for this video because I feel like people are going to be upset that the 24 hours was majority audiobook. I finished 2 audiobooks. I've read 1 physical book in this video. This was going to be my 2nd physical book, but oh, I feel like I need to finish the 24 hours, and it's going to take me a lot longer to do that physically when I could do it audiobook wise, if you know what I mean. Because with audiobooks, I can just continue on with my day. I don't have to sit down and read. And don't get me wrong, I want to just sit down and read a physical book. Like, that is one of my favorite hobbies. Like, yes, reading is one of my favorite hobbies, but sitting down and binging a physical book is one of my favorite things about reading. but I just don't want to do that, and I think it's because of this book. I do. And I fear that the format of this book and the way that it's written, it's not audiobook. It's not an audiobook type of book, if you know what I mean. There's little pictures and things that I feel like just don't translate well audiobook wise, you know? So that's kind of the update. I'm still debating if I just want to like just stop with the 24 hours and just be done. But I also just like, I want to finish this video. So I don't know. Good morning, guys. This is going to be a clip of me trying to talk to you while also finishing getting ready for school, because I need to leave in like less than 10 minutes. I still need to make my coffee and put my shoes on and get a coat. So I wanted to make this clip though before I forget. I don't think I'm going to make it through the 24 hours. You could probably sense somewhat of a pattern, maybe not a pattern, but like a hint throughout my most recent clips over the last couple of days. I did get into The Book Thief a little bit more last night. It is getting easier to follow. However, I just don't think that I'm going to be able to just binge it for the sake of finishing hours. But also, I'm working today and I'm in elementary all day. And if you know anything about subbing in elementary, there's no like downtime, which is fine, it's part of the job. But in terms of reading and completing like challenges for YouTube videos and things like that, that's just kind of out of the picture. With that being said, I am going to do my best to read here and there. I don't want to pick up another audiobook just because I don't want to just listen to audiobooks for the sake of finishing challenges. I mean, I might do one here and there, but really I want my reading to be focused to books that I actually have been looking forward to. And in January, I've completed my challenges and I just want to read to complete my Talking the TBR series and just for what books I want to read. And right now, I just don't have an audiobook in mind that I've been thinking about for a while. I'm sure there is a lot, but I just can't think of them, and I'm not just gonna pick a random audiobook just because I'm trying to finish a challenge. But also, this video needs to be done today because I'm gonna edit it tonight. So in the future, I need to start the challenge earlier and not like on a Monday. I need to like use the weekend in advance, the weekend ahead of time, to kind of get like reading done beforehand before the week starts. I'm gonna see how much more physical reading I can get done today. I'm gonna be honest, it's probably gonna be no more than like 30 minutes because I mean, if I have time to read during my school day, it'll be during the teacher's prep. And that's if I don't have like anything else to do. So I did read for like 30 minutes last night, but not enough to make a huge dent in whatever time is left. Hey guys, I have determined I'm going to end today's video. I have decided that I am not going to continue this video. There's just no way. There's just no way. First of all, I got off of school early today, so I really should not even be home right now. So I want to use my time wisely, editing wise. I will be ending this video here. I have 10 hours and 44 minutes left. I did get to read for like 10 minutes at school today, and I'm glad I did because I need to be reading The Book Thief and finish that for my TBR video. But it didn't really do much for this video. I don't want to like just put off this video and not do it again because I have found through just like the two most recent reading challenges I've done, like the random number generator video and through this one, challenges really push me to read in a good way. Not like force me to read when I don't want to. They really motivate me to read, and then I'm happy with the results. Like, even though I still have 11 hours pretty much left on my timer, I finished 3 books and started a 4th book in a week. And that is just like unheard of for me. So I do want to say I'm not considering this video a fail. I feel like if you are struggling to read, or if you find yourself not having the motivation to read, but really having the desire to read, I feel like that's the key. If you have the desire to read, you really want to read, but you just don't have the motivation to do it, try out a challenge. Even if it's not for a YouTube video, if you don't have a YouTube channel and you just want to like just try a challenge, try it. Whether it be the 24-hour readathon, or I think if I was going to compare the two, I really liked the random number generator one, and I kind of want to do one upcoming. Random number generator. Literally come up with whatever, however many hours you want to do. I think I did I do 5 hours or was it 6 hours? It was a lot, okay? Come up with it on your own. If you just want to do 1 through 3 and you randomly generate a number 1 through 3, I've seen people do it with pages as well, which I want to try. Literally try a challenge. I feel like it will really help you read. Like, I don't know what it is about me, but deadlines, it's crunch time, okay? And I thrive. That's just my advice. If you find yourself really wanting to read but just not doing it, try a challenge. And if you have a YouTube channel, then film it so I can watch. Anyways, I'm gonna end this video here. Wrap up. I don't have all the books physically. Actually, I don't have any of them physically. So I'm gonna put the picture here, okay? The first book I finished in this video was Never Lie by Freida McFadden. I rated that book 4 stars and I listened to the audiobook. The next book I read in this video was All Good People Here by Ashley Flowers. I read this physically and I rated it 5 stars. Great book, highly recommend. And the last book I finished in this video was Killjoy, which is the prequel novella to the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series by Holly Jackson. And I rated that 4 stars as well. Only recommend if you like A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and you finished it. I wouldn't recommend starting with it and then reading the series. I don't think that's the right order. And then this is the last book that I started in this video. I ended up getting to page 62. So if you want to see my thoughts, opinions, fully fleshed out review of this book, then all the details of that will be in my Tackling the TBR episode, which will be coming out soon. My next Tackling the TBR episode will include this book as the first book. So, spoiler, I know, sorry. That is all for this video. I'm gonna actually edit it right now because it needs to go up tomorrow. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you like me, then subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate that as well. I'm trying to upload twice a week, so Saturdays and Wednesdays. Please look out for videos. If you haven't already, please comment down below. I love interacting with everyone's comments. It's one of my favorite things about having a YouTube channel. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.